All right, so we are going to be presenting at the professional development on next Friday,
Hmm.
and we'll be focusing on blended learning and technology integration. So we're just going to plan our training for Friday.
Okay. So just the first one, it says how to make a QR code. So number one, what I wanted to address in that particular one was to show everybody where to find the already created QR codes as it relates to the students being able to access their own Schoology account.
Okay.
But then also, like it's brief, it's real quick, to show them where to go and show them how to open the camera in order to scan it. So it takes them
Right.
right there. And then
Okay.
also the website where they could create their own QR code. So say for instance, I've done in the past um, scavenger hunts. Like
Right.
say you do work out a problem and you scan and it gives you to the next problem kind of deal, something like that. Or
Right.
we've done an escape room.
Okay.
So they can just see some little, start off small and just create a
Okay.
QR code. So that's how I wanted that. That was my purpose of that one.
Okay. And then I know we've had a lot of teachers that gave us the feedback about the login process.
Mm-hmm.
So using the QR codes will make it easier. And I know Fort Bend has set it up this year so that it's already in there. They can print it out.
Yes.
So we'll show them how to do that.
Yes.
But then we need to make sure that the upper grades still have the children actually logging
Log in.
in because they need to know how to
Right.
do that
But
skill.
but I also need to double check because just to remind the upper grade teachers, of that, making sure that they do get into the habit. But if they run into trouble, that we do need to find out, if it's a 1300 issue, where they contact to let them know that this student, we put in everything correctly, but they're having trouble to logging in.
Okay. Okay. And then also we need to check on the process with them. Some of the students' passwords are not working. I know they're supposed to shift when they get to third grade, and they're supposed to have the individualized passwords, but that has not happened for all of them.
Oh, really?
So
That
we
may
need
explain
to,
why some of the trouble's coming
and
up.
that's
Okay.
that's something that we need to address in the meeting because I think some are still able to log in with the generic 1 2 3 4 5 6, but then some have to log in with the actual
Number.
password.
So that may be what the issue is then, but that some of them, and it depends, like I guess maybe newer students, I don't know if we noticed that, to see if it was newer.
Right. See, newer students is who I found had already
So,
changed.
I'll make sure that I try it with mine as well because I do have a few students who said theirs is strange. So,
Okay,
yeah,
so
we can
that's
do that, double
probably
check, and then we just
with
make
the
sure that we
campus.
explain it to them. That was a good one. That's good.
Okay. And then we're going to Schoology
Okay.
and developing tests.
Yeah, like the little quizzes. Now, Miss Anthony mentioned that she wouldn't necessarily suggest them doing major grades on them, but I
Right.
don't, you know.
Well, you can set it up. There's a lot of choices. There's essays. They can do true and false. It can be multiple choice.
Right.
So there are a lot of different ways to get it so that they can.
But I don't know if she was thinking of one particular content area where they would not use that feature as a major. But when they move on to middle school, of course, I have upper grades, so of course I always think of those kinds of things. That they do everything pretty much on a Schoology. Yeah. But I guess just getting them here into the habit of doing daily grades and they can still do the feedback and see the strategies and different things like that in primary, meaning elementary
Right.
campus, might be why she's saying that.
Okay, and then I also know some feedback that I've gotten is linking Schoology to Skyward, and they want to talk about that and being able to do that as well.
Okay.
So we'll need to link that for them. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Because it's supposed to, in the past, like last year with the Equip, that was something you had to do. But technically, it's supposed to already be
That's what,
migrated that way.
but I don't think it. I don't think it did.
I will double
for
check
most.
before the meeting, though. I will definitely double check with Teaching and Learning Department about that with Miss Wooten,
Okay.
just to talk to her to see
Okay.
if she's gotten anything, any
Right.
feedback to say that's not happening. Because I'm assuming that perhaps maybe some teachers, because they're not familiar with how to set up, excuse me, I apologize. They're not set up with activities that they can do as a daily grade.
Right.
So they may not even realize that it does automatically
Okay.
update there. And if
Okay.
not, there's something we can show them. It's not that hard. I'm just
And then also, a lot of teachers were having a hard time putting YouTube videos into Skyward, not Skyward, excuse me, into Schoology. and I can
Meaning they were having trouble playing
well,
them?
it won't link, but you have to go through a certain process of embedding it because we can't. They're not supposed to have access to YouTube. So when they just drop it in there and it's visible to the kids, the link, but it won't play. So it's a process that they can go through. So that
Okay,
it'll,
maybe I didn't
to
remember
embed
that,
it.
but I remember
then it'll
them
play.
mentioning it had something to do with Flash.
They have, well,
Not
it's a
that specifically,
process.
but I'm just saying.
But
Okay.
they did bring Flash back.
Oh, okay.
So they renewed the contract. So that's something else we need to tell
Oh, okay.
let the teachers know so they can access it through Chrome.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it still worked through Internet Explorer.
That the Flash worked through.
I think because that's how I was showing it. I guess I found a little loophole there, but they it is up and running for them to do it that way now.
Okay.
So then
So Flash was not available on Chrome, but it was through Internet Explorer. But now it's been recently
It's
renewed.
right.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
So they'll be able to do that.
Okay.
Then of course we want to try to start introducing them to blended learning, but that is a whole other
Yeah.
course. But we do have the blended learning folder available.
But that's just put a little note so we make sure that to review where to find it in your curriculum. Because the thing is that you don't have to create. They don't. They give suggestions
Right.
of stuff already tied to the curriculum. So it's a feature that they can actually drop it into their courses without even
Yes.
creating something totally new.
And it's already set up.
Yeah.
And every campus also has we have B-bots and the little dot and dash. So they can start using that because that's in some of the blended learning suggestions that they have.
Cool.
So it's there, and they can check out the laptops to go with it. Not laptops, but the iPads, because you have to have
iPad in
the
order to
app
use
in
those.
order to
Okay.
use it. It won't work with the laptops.
Okay. Well, but then that means that's going to only be K through 2, perhaps.
Well, no, there's a set that's with it. So when you go down to the library and you check out dot or dash, you get a set of laptops.
Oh, okay.
I mean, iPads.
Specifically
It's a whole,
to that. Okay.
They learning and technology sent them out to the whole campus.
Okay.